はい、こんにちは。マイルストーンカナダの明日です。本日はトロントの近郊にある全寮制の私立高校のブロンテカレッジの解説をします。ブロンテカレッジはですね、トロントからもう車で30分するかしないかぐらいの距離にあるミシサガっていう町にある学校でして、私たちもですね、サマーキャンプとか本科の学生さんお送りして、すごいね、満足していただいている学校なんで、おすすめなんですけれども、本日はマーケティングマネージャーであるクレアランスさんにお越しいただいてお話をしていただきます。はい、ということで、クレアランスさん、よろしくお願いします。
Hello, thank you very much, Eric, for having me. My name, as you mentioned, is Clarence McNee. I'm the marketing manager for Bronte College. Really appreciate Milestone's time and dedication to the YouTube project. We are a international private day and boarding school in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And it's actually in the city beside Toronto. We are a co-educational institution with no religious denomination. We are about collectively 400 students, and we are in the province of Ontario here. It's one of Canada's biggest provinces and kind of the central Canada area. And as mentioned earlier, we are the city beside Toronto, Mississauga City. So it's about 30 minutes into downtown Toronto by public transportation and about 20 minutes or so to Pearson, Toronto International Airport. So very convenient for our students to go in and out of the country for holiday season, for parents coming to visit or other family coming to visit. It's very convenient. Also, Mississauga is a very family-orientated city. So there's lots of green space, lots of beautiful areas to run, to look around and explore as an international student. And with the family environment, it brings a very safe environment for learning as a teenager. Mississauga started in the 1970s. Very modern city, very cosmopolitan metropolis, well connected. You probably saw the double-decker GO train service. So this just comes right into the neighborhood of Bronte College. So very easy for the students to get in and out of downtown Toronto.
So I think the school seems to be located between urban and rural environment, but it seems like more city like.
Yes, exactly, Eric. Actually, Bronte College is, I'd say, 10 minutes by bus from downtown Mississauga. So some of the images you saw there were of downtown Mississauga, and it's a very vibrant, high population area. So very urban and a lot of entertainment activities to do here in Mississauga, but as well as in downtown Toronto. So it's very ideal for international students that are also coming often from big urban cities themselves. So there's not too much transition in that regard in terms of adjustment. They can adjust quite well to the Mississauga surrounding city and urban centers. Although we're a boarding school, we encourage our students to also explore off campus. So that could be through our volunteer program across the city, as well as into downtown Toronto, where students can get out into the community, make friends with locals, where they can also improve and enhance their English in a more natural way amongst other local people. So we really want students to make volunteering meaningful, not just because they need it for graduation. We really want them to explore their future academic interests as well as their future career interests with our volunteer program. But Bronte College, you can see it's quite a large campus. We've got our residence, our cafeteria, our school, our library, all conveniently connected together. The school was founded actually in 1991, and There's been many multi-million-dollar renovations and additions onto the main structure over the last 35 years. So it's a very modern school. The dormitories were recently renovated during COVID. So we put in new lighting, new plumbing. We updated all the furniture inside each room. And one of the unique things about Bronte College Boarding School is most of our rooms are single private rooms. So a lot of schools around the world cannot offer that. So that's something our international students have always gravitated to here at Bronte College, is the single private rooms. This is an aerial overview. So you can see over to the left, that's called Gordon Woods. It's a very exclusive neighborhood of Mississauga. A lot of pro athletes in downtown Toronto. They live in the back of Gordon Woods here, as well as very successful lawyers, artists, etc. So it's quite a very interesting area. There's also lots of running and biking and hiking trails in Mississauga. And just on the other side of the campus there, to the right, you can see Mississauga Hospital. Now, although the hospital's next door, we always say to international students, first, talk to our nurse. We've got a campus nurse on campus. She'll let us know, or she'll let the students know whether a doctor appointment's needed or if this is an emergency. We really use our hospitals only for emergencies. But let's take a closer look into the school itself. This is an example of one of our classrooms. You'll find at Bronte College, a lot of our classrooms have big open windows where students are not going to be able to fall asleep. There's always going to be lots of light coming into the classroom. Each classroom has smartboard technology. We've also got our internal network that they'll be able to tap into. All of our teachers are qualified Ontario certified teachers, OCT trained. They're also fully versatile in internet delivery of education, book delivery of education, as well as a combination of both. So students are really getting the most up-to-date methods of learning. In addition to that, our school also follows an inquiry-based learning system. So that simply means it's a very collaborative and engaging way to learn. This is not your typical school setting where a teacher stands at the front of the class and students listen and take notes all day. We're talking about lots of group work, lots of group projects, lots of group collaboration and communication, students learning to express their opinions and perspectives, to come to solutions to interesting problems in today's world. So there's a fundamental foundation in which our students are also working from, which is our inquiry-based learning. Recently, we had our hospitality center and our art studio opened. They were going under extensive renovation the last couple of years. This is our reception area. This was also updated. This is our gymnasium. We've got NBA-style backboards. And we've also recently updated our fitness center, and we've got all new equipment and machines inside the fitness center. Students can go at any time, but they need to always make sure that there's going to be a fellow senior student who's overseeing the fitness center at that time. Also, our library sits on the second level of Bronte College. Our library is also very large open space, floor to ceiling windows. A lot of our periodicals are now online. So we have a lot of online subscriptions where our students can do the appropriate research for the various projects they'll be working on with their fellow classmates through the school year. And again, that's under inquiry-based learning methodology. And of course, we still have lots of books in the library as well. So it's truly modernized And it's really become a great spot where lots of group collaborative efforts can be made by our students. Now let's go into the dormitories. This is one of our star selling points as a boarding school. And as mentioned, during COVID, we actually did a massive renovation that took years. We put in new lighting, LED lighting across the dormitories. We also put new plumbing, and we added what's called our vanity station here. So you can see it's got a fully functional sink, drinkable water, your mirror, some shelf space. We added an outlet. You can see all our new furniture we've added in the room itself, from desk to closet space, drawer space, the bed. I always describe to students, make your room your home. So it'll be pretty empty when they arrive. There'll be a welcome basket with some snacks, maybe some things they forgot, like toothpaste or a toothbrush. And then their bedding, their pillow, their blankets will be all in a new plastic. We've got many shopping malls. Square One, Ontario's biggest mall, is actually in Mississauga, not Toronto. And many of our students like to go to Square One to do lots of shopping to decorate the room. The students are lucky also because most of our rooms are single private rooms. We also have double rooms, double the size, but I would say out of 359 rooms, 251 rooms are single. So well over 50% of our rooms are single private rooms. So definitely Bronte College over the years has become popular with our students to have that kind of availability to single room accommodation through their teenage years. So very natural fit for a student. And then of course, we've got shared showers and shared toilets. So you can see here, our showers were also all renovated. So it's all beautiful porcelain and it's just for one person. So if somebody's in the shower, you can't use it. And the same goes for the toilet as well. So both are private, they're not community. And we've got many showers and many toilets on each floor. So there's no need to worry about whether you can use something when you need it. And of course, in dormitory, I should mention, the boys' floors are 1 to 4. We have a laundry room for the boys on floor 3. The girls' floors are 5 to 8. And we have a laundry room for the girls on floor 7. The girls are, of course, separated. Everybody uses key cards, just like what staff have. So we can enter and exit the building to get out and to get in, and also to go into the rooms. You use a card just like the hotel. So everything's up to date. We know who's in, who's out. And on top of that, we have floor leaders inside the residence. So our top senior students are checking every night at 11 p.m. We do a roll call to make sure everybody's back. And of course, we wouldn't be a full-fledged boarding school without a cafeteria. So our cafeteria operates 365 days a year, right through the year. And I should also mention for the dormitories as well, we are also open 365 days a year, even during major holidays. So for example, coming up, we've got the winter holidays coming. Many students will also stay here. We'll continue with activity programming. We'll go skiing, we'll go snowboarding, we'll go snowshoeing. We'll go into downtown Toronto to the Royal Winter Fair. Lots of things are always going on. So you can always count on Bronte College to continue with accommodation and food services. Now, what makes our cafeteria unique is our menu is published daily. So this is something a lot of schools cannot offer. We show our parents and students what is going to be served every day. So you can access our menu and see in detail what is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner right from our website at brontecollege.ca. You just got to click on the little fork and knife with a plate and it'll pop out and you'll be able to view the menu. And we even started 7-8 years ago, we started a food committee. And our food committee is actually run by our international students. So our international students also contribute to the food menu. So if you look at our food menu, we also like to put the various regions or countries the food is coming from. So, for example, we do have sushi from time to time, and we will offer other Japanese styles of food, but we'll also have other countries represented as well. To listen to the student ideas is very important to us. Now, I had mentioned earlier about our campus nurse. So our campus nurse is available on all school days. Our campus nurse is a fully registered nurse, and they can assist with many things from medicine to vaccination appointments, insurance matters. And we also, going through the COVID experience, recognize more than before how important the mental wellness of our students also is. So you need to be mentally and physically healthy to be successful in your academic pursuits towards higher education. So that's very important for us. So let's go into the most important, which is academics. Of course, as a full-fledged day and boarding school in Ontario, we follow the Ontario Ministry of Education. We've been accredited by the Ontario Ministry of Education since 1991, and we offer the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Also, many people know it as the OSSD. The OSSD typically takes 4 years for completion, and the credit distribution to earn 30 credits is 8 in grade 9, 8 in grade 10, 16, 8 more in grade 11, 24, and then 6 in grade 12, which gives you your 30. Now, our Japanese students are usually coming in grade 10 or 11 from my experience, and they're coming for higher education entry, often into the United States and also into Canada. And these days, we also get some of our Japanese students even going back to their home country and pursuing higher education. So our guidance office will assist our Japanese students for university application, whether it's to America or Canada or even Japan. So if our Japanese students are returning to Japan, the revalidation of their Ontario transcript by the Embassy of Japan here in Canada is always an important part of this process in order for them to have smooth entry into higher education in Japan. And we can certainly help with all those types of formalities. Going back to the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, I mentioned it's 30 credits. Now, because our Japanese students are typically coming in grade 10 or 11, so for example, if a Japanese student comes into grade 11, we're going to review their grade 9 and grade 10 transcript. That usually would be, I think, the last year of middle school and the first year of high school. So what we're trying to do when we review the transcripts is we're trying to provide equivalent credit for the Japanese students' previous studies in Japan. So in following the Ontario Ministry Credit Equivalency Assessment, we're able to have our Japanese students come into Canada and smoothly enter into the next grade. And I usually say in grade 9 and 10, it's very general in Canada. And I think that's pretty similar to Japan. And then as you get into your senior years, grade 11 and 12, you start to specialize towards the faculty you want to enter for higher education. So if you want to go into the engineering sphere, for example, you're probably going to be taking calculus, algebra, geometry, physics, chemistry in grade 11 and 12. So really by the end of your high school year, those 6 final credits that you can see on my slide here, the mix of those 6 credits is really a mix that reflects which faculty they want to enter for higher education. Now, because we're a private school, most of our subjects are called U-coded for university subjects. So the stream from grade 9 to 12 is really for students focused towards university entry. In our larger public system, you have vocational college and university streams. But in private school, you're looking at largely university and some college subjects. So It's very focused at Bronte College. We're truly about university preparation. We're truly about getting into a student's particular interest for the faculty on that particular university campus. Now, most Ontario high schools are 2 semesters. So as a private school, we follow largely the Ontario public school calendar. So we have 2 semesters, September to January, and then semester 2 is February to June. So it's a 10-month academic year, we call it. And each semester is 5 academic months. And as I mentioned earlier, we are inquiry-based learning. So a lot of the group projects and group assignments also even happen for particular subjects, even on the testing side of things. So it really emphasizes group work, the inquiry-based learning, and it really helps to create confident students that are able to communicate and socialize with other students when they're in a more competitive environment on a university campus, when things matter even more than the high school environment. So we're really trying to prepare students for that. Now, each class is 75 minutes long. Students will start at about 8:30 and continue till about 3:15 every day. They'll do 4 classes a day, and they'll have lunch in the middle of the day. So it's a full day. We encourage students to have a minimum of 1 club or academic club they're part of, and that typically happens after school. And if students want to be part of our larger private system for sports, we can certainly introduce them. That's not a problem. We have a large training facility for swimming where half our Olympic team trains. It's just 10 minutes down the road from Bronte College. In the past, we've had high-level boxers, and we've managed to have former Canadian Olympians train our students. We've also had top-level national ranked fencers, and we've managed to introduce them to the University of Toronto fencing team. So we've got lots of connections if students want to pursue sport in a much higher level. And again, volunteering is mandatory in Ontario. You must do volunteer hours to graduate with your high school diploma. And as I said earlier, we don't want our students just to do volunteering because they have to. We want them to get exposed to an area where they want to study for the future and perhaps have a career in that area in the future. And we believe that's very important for an international student to succeed in Canada, because they need to test the water, they need to test the climate to see if they like it. Because they might adjust. Maybe they make a change and say, you know what, it's not for me. I'm going to make another change. And that's okay. Life is full of changes, but it's important you give yourself the opportunity to get exposure so you can make that change. Otherwise, you can't make that change. So community hours, our volunteering program, is no different than looking for a job. You can see all the different opportunities in our full service guidance office, where we assist with university application, where we assist with higher education fairs on campus. We have many universities coming to Bronte College to speak with our students. And we have many volunteer postings. So lots of different things the students can do. And, you know, if they can't find something they're interested in, we had a student not too long ago from Turkey. He wanted to volunteer at Google. And I said, go to downtown Toronto and ask. And he managed to secure a volunteering position with Google right in downtown Toronto. So even if there's not something a student likes, they can find something on their own as well. And as I also said earlier, the volunteering also encourages the students to get off campus, out of their comfort zone, into the community, meeting locals. All of this is important in today's world of networking and having contacts to introduce you to other contacts. You never know where they can lead. So at Bronte College, Not only do we offer inquiry-based learning and international classrooms, but we also offer small class sizes. This is very important for international students because they often need more time to follow up with the teacher. So we have about 15, 16 students average per class, and this provides a lot of adequate follow-up time with the instructor. They're not competing with 30, 40 other students. So it's great in that regard. All our classrooms I mentioned are well lit with smartboard technologies, but we also have very focused labs. We offer a chemistry lab. We offer, I mentioned, the art studio. We've also got a brand new health and nutrition center. So we have lots of dedicated labs on campus as well. And we have a very wide selection of courses that our students can also study with their elective subjects. So some of the subjects in high school are compulsory or required by the Ontario Ministry of Education, but students also have a lot of choice for elective subjects. And from our website, you can also see our course calendar and all the different types of subjects we offer. And of course, we wouldn't be a school if there wasn't some kind of system of grading and academic assessment. So we also have an online portal, our parent portal. Our parents will receive a username and password, and they can actively see the results and the performance of their child. But at the same time, in a live way, they can see teachers' comments and suggestions within the parent portal as well. So it's a very important communication tool for us. So I mentioned our guidance office. We've got several guidance counselors. And as mentioned, we're doing everything from university application support, where we're full service, to career guidance. We also have a subject or course called careers, and we're doing monthly check-ins with each of the students as well. Bronte College also organizes annually a university fair. So we've got many universities coming across Canada and from the northeastern United States now, and they're coming to speak with our students, and our students are coming out to the fair on campus to speak with the different institutions. We do not have any agreements with any university. We want our students to have the full freedom of choice to go to the university that best fits their needs, which includes their budget. So what we try to do through our fairs is really give our students a platform where they can really actively engage with the universities, but research and understand from a cost side of things to a program side of things, what is the best choice for them and their family. So very important. And through the year, we do lots of trips. So we'll go to Quebec City, Montreal, we'll go up to Ottawa, Canada's capital city. But through the year, we also do lots of trips to different universities in the surrounding Toronto, Hamilton area, because we're in a very high density area of higher education institutions. So we have announcements every day, and we'll let our students know to sign up within 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance, and then we'll take a bus. We've got Bronte College buses actually on campus, and we'll go and bring our students to the various institutions around the Bronte College area. Within about 80 kilometers, we've got University of Toronto, York University, Metropolitan University. We've got Centennial College, Sheridan College, George Brown College, Seneca College, McMaster University, Mohawk College. You've got Niagara College, Niagara University. So lots of different places that our students can investigate to make the best decision possible. And although we're in a dense area for higher education institutions, our students, we also encourage them during spring break. They can also fly to British Columbia. There's lots of different institutions right at their fingertips where they can go. And last year, Bronte College students received about $1.5 million in scholarship offers. So our students are heavily recruited. Our students are delivering great achievements in institutions. We've had our graduates go to University of Toronto, London School of Economics in the UK. We've had our students go to Harvard University. So we've got students across Canada. We've got students across the world. You can even see many of our alumni at our LinkedIn Bronte College alumni account, where we post interviews we have with our students about their Bronte College experience, their university experience, and what job are they doing now. So you can see the full cycle of our graduates, not only from high school, but right to their career they're currently doing now. Here's an example of some of our students: Anton from Russia, Mabel from Malaysia, Isabella from Mexico. So we've got kids everywhere and doing well. Now, one of the great things at Bronte College is not only do we deliver the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, alongside or parallel to the OSSD, we also offer advanced placement. So advanced placement is an excellent opportunity for our students to acquire equivalent university credits during their high school years. So our students, if they finish a particular advanced placement test, for example, in calculus, if they pass that test for advanced placement calculus, when they get to first year university, they could possibly receive an equivalent calculus credit of first year university calculus, which means they can expedite their higher education career more quickly, and they can save thousands of dollars in tuition and accommodation because they can finish more quickly. So some of our students can take up to 2 to 5 AP subjects if they'd like. So we test up to 32 subjects for advanced placement. The advanced placement test happens once per year in May around the world. And Bronte College now also offers on campus AP courses. So we have specialized advanced placement courses now in physics and art. So now our students can also take the courses, but we still provide AP subjects in terms of coaching, strategy, in terms of material in our library, where students can still train, practice, and test for different AP subjects for the May examination. So lots of different advanced placement options and an excellent way for motivated students looking for greater academic challenge, where they can move more quickly through university and save a tremendous amount of money for their higher education. Advanced placement is optional, it's not mandatory, and it's apart from the Ontario High School program. So if they spend those extra hours training and preparing, and if they pass the exam, meaning they score a level 4 or 5, some universities might accept level 4, others will require level 5. And we encourage all our students to give advanced placement a try. Now at Bronte College, since we have international students on campus, we also have a full ESL program that's accredited by the Ministry of Education. So it starts from A up to E, which is your top level. So typically ESL DO is about for grade 11, successful grade 11 studies. We'd like to see our students at ESL DO, EO kind of level. Now, if students are coming in with a lower level of English, we can accommodate many levels of English language learners because we have the Ministry of Education ESL program that runs parallel to our Ontario High School program. So we're pretty flexible, and students can also receive credit towards the 30 credits for their high school diploma with their ESL subjects they study.
So for students who struggle with English, are they still able to keep up Bronte College? Because students study at the same time, like English and normal subject, right? It seems like a little bit like more amount of studies they have to spend time on.
It's a good question, and it always depends on the level of English the student has that's in question. So, if the student is in a higher level of ESL class, typically they can handle 3 courses plus their ESL subject. If the student is weaker in English, we might reduce their course load while they take ESL. So, we have a very direct communicative approach with parents and students. We try to let them know clearly how long we expect their high school completion to take if their English is at a particular level. So certainly if their English is low, they'll do reduced high school subjects while they concentrate on ESL. And if their English is kind of in the middle, we'll try and give less English dependent subjects, for example, like mathematics, physical education, these kinds of subjects while we let their English develop. But the value of full immersion in an English instructional environment also cannot be forgotten. Students are like a sponge and they really learn quickly once they're in an English speaking environment. Plus they've got their ESL subjects going on at the same time. So the improvements, of course, each student is different, but the improvements can be quite breathtaking and incredible. So it's really a great thing.
Mhm. Thank you.
Yes. Also at Bronte College, these days we're trying to build the strongest student possible. And that's not just with academics, that's also with leadership qualities, leadership skills. So we have our junior leadership program, and this is closely aligned with our Edinburgh program, and it's quite internationally recognized. And we're trying to build students with character. We're trying to build them with leadership, good habits, and lots of different skills and knowledge that are practical for today's world. So we go on different types of excursions where students are having to learn to collaborate with other fellow students, where initiative and leadership is required to complete tasks or objectives, as well as nurturing and reflecting and assessing themselves after each objective is completed. So there's that, as well as I mentioned the Duke of Edinburgh program. So we have lots of ways outside of academic development to strengthen our students in today's demanding university environment and demanding work environment. And of course, we wouldn't be a high school if we didn't have lots of different clubs. So from robotics to science club to music club. So lots of different clubs our students can be involved with. Mm-hmm. And through the clubs, the students will meet other locals, other students. We compete with other local high schools. We compete at a city level, at a provincial level, if our students are really strong. So we don't always get to the provincial level, but we do sometimes. We also do things like Model United Nations, Model UN, lots of different overnight trips I had mentioned, like Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, and then lots of different trips through our campus life program. So we have full-time team members who are doing evening and weekend activity programming every day, have lots of things going on every single day. And we also have homework support going on Monday to Thursday as well, from 7 to 9 p.m. So if you're up to date with your homework and you're up to date with your studies, there's always going to be different activities going on. And students always have the flexibility. They don't have to always do the school activities or the school trips. They're also welcome to go with their own friends and do a different activity. That's not a problem. but we're always organizing something on campus. And we also do evening snack every day at around 9 p.m. So evening snack is great because it brings all the students down before bedtime. Everybody can chat. Students usually bring something from their mini fridge. They share, they chat, they talk about the day. Also important. So evening snack's always a nice time in the cafeteria. So we welcome anybody who is interested in pursuing high school education in Canada with full service dormitories that never close, with full service cafeteria that also never closes, a proven education system through inquiry-based learning to prepare students for the most demanding and rigorous universities. We would encourage you to use Milestone as their well-known agency now. Of course, we'll follow up with you from there.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Okay. はい。ということで、マクニールさん、ありがとうございました。ブロンテカレッジね、今日見ていただいて分かる通り、もうキャンパスに、24時間学生さんがいて、スタッフもいて、昼間もね、夜も、楽しいところもね、勉強も忙しくしてそうなね、感じでしたね。ということで、ブロンテカレッジね、サマーキャンプも、すごく人気で、夏に開催しています。でそちらの方もサポートしてますし、本科の、方もですね、マイルストーンカナダをね、通して、ぜひ、ご相談、お問い合わせお待ちしております。はい、ということで、クレイラスさん、今日はね、どうもありがとうございました。長い間。
Thank you very much, Eric. ありがとうございます。皆さん、ありがとうございます。